guys, welcome back to the channel. It's quite windy out here, but I'm gonna give another update on activities here in the Bakken Shale. Give you guys a sense of what's going on and if I see an uptick in oil drilling activities. Well, since the last time I posted a video which has been on this topic, which maybe has been about a week, I've seen quite a bit of an uptick in activities here concerning drilling. Right in front of you guys right now on the screen, you can see the newer type sandbox, which is used to transport sand to well sites where they do the fracking. So what they do is they take the sand and then inject it into the well after having done a series of explosions. And what the sand does is it holds the little particles, the little rock pieces apart, and that way the fracking liquid can permeate a greater amount of rock and get the shale to release the oil that is found in there. On the left you can see this seems I think to be a hot water truck, and behind that you have a refined petroleum truck. In the back, if you look closely, you will see a bunch of hot water trucks, crude oil truck, sandbox trucks, and this is a station where a truck stop. So you have a lot of guys who are parked here. So continuing with our discussion about the oil field, you guys can have a better look at the types of trucks we have out here. Lots of jobs are available. If we walk inside, you guys could see some of the jobs that are advertised. A lot of openings for CDL drivers, and some of the companies would actually hire from out of state. But it's much easier if you are present here on the ground and you are ready to start working immediately. And bear in mind, this is just during the day, so it means most of those trucks you see back there, you have the drivers working at night. The trucks for the most part would run 24/7 non-stop, and the only time they will slow down is when the drivers are switching out. Too many job postings today, but I can definitely say there's quite a few jobs out here for the oil field. You just have to know where to apply. The most common place to start with is ndjobs.gov. ndjobs.gov. That's where the jobs are listed for the most part of oil companies and other service areas here in North Dakota. So that's what I had to share with you guys, and catch you guys on the next video. Bye. So there you have it, guys. That's an overview of what exactly is happening out here in the Bakken Shale in North Dakota. Over there to the left you see office buildings, and there isn't too much happening because after the slowdown a lot of businesses left the area. They just closed shop.
And the other reason why you don't see so much oil field traffic at this time of the day, it's approximately 1-2 p.m. right now, is that most moves are planned to take place early in the morning. So those truck drivers or equipment movers would leave about 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to get to whatever site where they are awaited by 7, 8. That way the crews can start working on whatever task they have for that day early in the morning. What you would see right now would be mostly oil tankers moving crude oil, hot oil tankers, hot water movers, and also a few hotshot drivers. You would also see lots and lots of sand equipment being moved from transporting sand from where the sand comes on the rails to the fracking site. A lot of the sand that is used in North Dakota comes from Wisconsin. The sand has to be conditioned first. Some of it is coated with some kind of synthetic lubricant, and then it's divided according to how fine the sand is, and then from there it gets transported here to North Dakota on trains. When it gets here, then you have trucks, specialized sand trucks that go out there, pick up the sand from the rail sites, and then take the sand to wherever the fracking is taking place. Last month, February, the oil producers in the United States had a meeting with the Energy Secretary in Texas, and they did not come to any type of agreement. With oil being above, I believe, $50 a barrel, it becomes very profitable to drill and extract oil here in North Dakota. So over the past couple of months, the majors and some of the second tier companies have made lots and lots of profit, and this profit they have sent back to their shareholders, or they've just used it, as a rainy day fund for their companies. So what's happening is the Biden administration has been unable to actually incentivize these companies to ramp up production. And it's easy to see how these companies, why they don't want to hire new people, why they don't want to acquire new equipment and go out there and ramp up production, because that costs a lot of money, and the administration is not giving any type of guarantees that if you spend all this money in updating your equipment, hiring people, and then suddenly the Russia-Ukraine situation gets resolved, you wouldn't be in the red. You wouldn't have used up all of your profits or whatever money you had, and just be out of the money because the price of oil has dropped. So companies are very hesitant to spend all of their hard-earned cash to ramp up production, hire more people, buy equipment. Instead, the Biden administration is coming at these companies with a very big stick. They are threatening to seize or to fine companies that have drilling permits and are not using these permits. I definitely think that's the wrong way to go. You can't really force people to spend their profits and whatever money they have sitting as reserves to go out there, take a risk without any form of guarantee from the government that long-term, mid-term, they can have any returns on their investments. So that is what is going on right now with companies. They are willing to drill, they have the money, they have the cash reserves, especially as oil has been at above $100 for a while now, but they just don't want to use all of their money, and suddenly you find oil dropping to $50 or $40, and then now what happens to their investors? What happens to their stock? To add to that, you also have to remember that the Biden administration has been dipping into the strategic oil reserves to bring down the price of oil, and that is just kicking the can down the road. Crucial elections are coming up over the next couple of months, so the administration is doing everything to make sure that the consumers don't feel the pain at the pump. But that is just a short-term band-aid. It doesn't fix the fact that there's a shortage of oil in the United States, and any price decreases that users see at the pump right now, it is just because the administration has dipped into the strategic reserves to ensure that prices don't go up. But there hasn't been any kind of massive drilling here in the United States. The Permian Basin is quite busy, and like I said earlier in this video, there are indicators that the Bakken is slowly picking up. But as you guys must have noticed, when we went into the board at the truck stop, you didn't see many oil field jobs being posted there, which is very telling as to what is going on with the oil field right now. Also, as we drive down the road, you notice you don't see too many oil field equipment. But I would say this though, over the past couple of days, I have noticed, just standing on my around where I live, I could see within eyesight 2 new drilling rigs that have gone up. So I know there is some activity, but not a frenzy like it used to be back in the day. Best places to get jobs or to check up on jobs being posted, and that kind of gives you a sense of what's happening, is to check the North Dakota state website. It is called ndjobs.gov, and there you can select oil field and you will see the postings for jobs or for oil field jobs in North Dakota. So until the administration gets its act cleaned up with the second tier producers, we won't see much of drilling activities taking place here in North Dakota. The Permian Basin in Texas, they have a more streamlined process. Weather is very good, and then I think they have quite a lot of labor available out there, so they might have ramped up much faster than the Bakken. But with the weather warming up, I think companies out here will be able to hire more people and then ramp up their activities. So that's what I had for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me to see what's happening out here in the Bakken. I hope you guys are all doing well, and if you need a job, go to jobs.nd.gov and check out what is being offered on there. I told you I could see 2 rigs from where I live. If you look out in the distance on your screen, that is a rig right there out in the distance, and it just got set up over the past couple of days. At night, drilling, it's a 24/7 activity, so they've been running 24/7 drilling, and here in the Bakken, the average I think is about 10 to 11 days before they get to the depths that they need. Thank you guys for joining me. I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.